Hi family, hope y'all are doing fantastic. I am well. I've been thinking and honestly trying to figure out a way to separate the Jedi Forces realm from the Dark Forces realm, because honestly the soulless beings of the Dark Force they've proven not to cohabitate well with divinely souled vessels. So yeah, I've been racking my brain about this for a long time, and I think I've came up with something. I've been seeing, my past is not, I have not done a whole lot of magic, other than lighting a candle here or there. I don't know much about it. But I ran across a video, I shared it on my YouTube page. And Facebook, actually. Anyways, this lady talks about aggregors and tulpas. Ooh, they don't want me talking about this. That's funny. Anyways, yeah. Aggregors and tulpas, from what I'm understanding, they're thought forms, emotions of soul beings, okay, that if they're strong and they're focused and they're concentrated enough, can create a general feel of what's happening around you, in the minds of people around you, in all of life around you. It's a trait that we as divine beings have naturally. And they've created technology to mimic this. Everything they do is to mimic divinity. So they're doing it with technology, but they also have managed to infect the minds of soul beings with their devil, Baphomet. This, I'm convinced, Baphomet is a tulpa. It's a being that they gave all of its characteristics to, its personality to. They assigned everything to it. They assigned all the symbols to it. They took sacred symbols and assigned it to the devil. So that as you worship these symbols, or people worship this imaginary friend, we'll call it, it gives it more power. Kind of like, I can liken it to like a poltergeist, like it's real in the astral realm. So anyways, they are worshiping an imaginary friend. It's all imaginary. I'm pretty sure this came from way back, I mean, as far as I've traced it back, and I don't do a lot of history stuff, but is the Khazarians, or Khazarians, whatever you want to call them. Now, they were into magic, black magic. And to me, creating an egregore, focused, strong thought forms and emotions, is magic. Now, to differentiate between black magic and not black magic, just magic, black magic is selfish. It's for selfish means. Whereas regular magic, divine magic, is for the good of all. So they've created this Tulpa that has taken on a life of its own. And the whole egregore behind it is this hive mentality of it takes over their mind. They all think the same. They all think it's okay to hurt children. Let's just say they all think it's okay to harm the innocent. That's part of this egregore that was created a long time ago. Back when this fake god was erected. I'm imagining around the same time. So, you know, they flash these symbols throughout everything, and they get you, or they get people to basically worship other people that are being run by this egregore, and flashing the symbols of this Tulpa, this dark Tulpa. I used to call it the principalities of hate, that energy that can control stuff. But, you know, the opposite end of the spectrum is the Jedi Force can do the same thing. And I'm sure we can do it better. Anything you can do, I can do better. That song's been going through my head when I think about these. It's just weird. Anyways, if they can do it, so can we. And we could do it better. It takes focused thought and emotion. And we can create an egregore of, you know, peace, harmony, love, unity. And at this point, most of all, the thought form of these soulless beings ceasing to exist in our reality, in our realm, in our dimension, whatever you want to call it. Either we get out of here or they do. It's not a place where we can cohabitate. It's not a place where I'm willing to cohabitate. And I'm sure most of you feel the same way. These people are sick. But the God that they worship isn't even real. So there's that. I mean, yeah, like, they've managed to infiltrate a lot, but knowledge is power. And now they're using, like, the towers to create false egregores too. You know what I mean? Because if they can get the group to think, have strong emotions, and think about something strongly enough, by bringing on, like, strong emotions like fear, or mostly everything revolves around fear that they use, then they can get souled beings, divinely souled vessels, to group think to their advantage, to create egregores to their advantage. They need souled beings to do their magic. So yeah, I think that it's important for soul beings to unite in thought form and emotion, in the fact that soulless beings can't cohabitate with us. They either need to, there just needs to be a strong division. We need to get our children out of harm's way, especially. So this is what I've been pondering this morning. And then I thought, well, I'll pull a few cards and see. And the first card I got was this, inverted. The Devil card. And I was just like, no kidding. How about that? This isn't even a full tarot deck. It's just a bunch of random cards. Yeah, I'm looking for some kind of, I'm on some kind of mission to sabotage their plan. You know, they're using those towers to create, it's their frequency weapons. And I've talked about this a lot before. Like, they're able to control people's thoughts. They're able to even control their bodies through this technology. But what they're doing is they're copying this magic technology that is actually divine. You create an egregore, a groupthink, that changes everything. Not a tulpa. We don't need any false gods. Not anymore. So, I guess I'll pull a few cards. So that's way too many. We're in a time of transition right now. My light just flickered. I've been seeing a lot of bees. Thank God. You know, the frequency is raising. We're definitely getting somewhere. And you know what else? Like, the past 2 days, I've been zapped by the energy. Oh yeah, that was something else I was thinking about. The past couple days, I've been zapped by energy. I don't know if it's this magnetic storm coming from the sun or what exactly it is. It could be some kind of a chemical reaction coming in from the body of the divine. Like, I don't know exactly what's going on. But I did see this video. This scientist was able to make epithelial cells of the trachea, like skin cells out of the trachea. He was able to put them in a different environment, and they literally became like little tadpoles, self-propelling cells, which is really unusual considering, I mean, that looks like more like a frog cell than a human cell. But what it really shows is how much is stored in DNA, how much code is stored in DNA. And it can be expressed in God knows how many ways. I mean, that's just a huge leap. So, a change in the atmosphere or the air or a change in the homeostasis. could change everything in ways we can't even imagine. So, you know, I do feel like our bodies are mutating for sure. Our parts of our DNA are being activated. I feel like it's like a feeling of being zapped, like like shocked almost. Like things are changing. Not just in our lives, but in our bodies. So, moral of the story is a very subtle, maybe even unnoticeable change to the environment could drastically change, you know, what people are doing, like what they look like. I've seen people like morphing. That was at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands. Yeah, sabotage the devil. The creator of the devil's plans. Even if the creators of the devil aren't even currently living, it can carry on over generations and gain in strength and gain like unique characteristics and seemingly independent thought and action. So this is about sabotaging that energy force that's like a poltergeist and is not real. It is not. It's made out of thought form and emotion. But it's really time it's really time for the devil to like relocate. Something about remote viewing, sabotage, and with remote viewing. And it came out again. They're able to remote view via cameras in your televisions, your smart televisions. I'm sure it even goes before that, but through your cell phone, through your computer. I feel like I mean, and I know they even have more technology than that. But it's technology. Divine beings can remote view without technology. To reveal what's hidden, what's being hidden. Runes. I've got some runes. I don't have them memorized though. The symbolism associated with Baphomet though and the devil go back to times when runes were created. It's ancient. They've been feeding this tulpa for a long time. But being able to see psychically sabotages all their plans because they have to do everything in the dark. Once it comes to light, they can't carry out their plans. I think I'm going to end this here. Maybe I'll come back later. They're really, they're able to read my mind. They're able to tell, like, what I'm about to say, and they will just, like, put a halt to it. They're able to delete certain memories out of my mind. They've been on, like, overdrive trying to get rid of memories. But the thing is that when you connect, when you get out of this overlay that they've got on, this chokehold they've got on humanity, you can connect with your divinity. You connect your, I don't know, you connect your soul with all the energy of the divine that's like interstitial fluid around our souls. And you almost don't need a physical memory anymore because you have divine memory. And it tells me things that, it just tells me more. I have a better divine memory anyway. It's crazy how things come up that I didn't know I knew anymore. So yeah, so as they're working hard to stop me from having memories of my past and to stop me from contemplating the stuff that I constantly contemplate, it's really forced me to just connect to a whole nother library, a whole nother resource. Because that's one thing they've been able to do with their technology is tap in to our physical bodies. For me, it's obvious what they're doing, when they're doing it. Like, I always just know it's them. But for some people, you know, they have no idea that it's even happening to them. They try to make it not noticeable. They try to dumb people down as much as possible so they don't notice what's actually going on. But regardless, the collective frequency is still raising. I feel like we've been released from some kind of tension, that some kind of overlay that was repressing us. The energy feels completely different the past couple days. I mean, completely different. I don't feel nearly, like, not nearly as weighed down, pressed down. Sometimes I feel like I'm on the floor and on my stomach and they're just like have their boot right on the middle of my back, you know. So yeah. I can't think. I'm gonna have to take a break. They're all over this. I know I'm on to something. And I never know exactly what I'm on to, but I think I'm really on to something. We're gonna use, the collective is gonna use magic, divine, real divine magic, for the good of all, against their black magic. And we're more powerful because they somehow zap our soul energy, or souls, or gosh knows what, to be able to even perform this magic. They don't have a soul. There's nothing there. There's nothing magical there. There's no energy, nothing. They're flipping black holes. All of them. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot, as some of you may know, I read nature a lot, and I'm just seeing a lot coming in the way of transition. There's a major transition coming in, or it's pretty much here. It's like, I can feel something. It's like the interstitial fluid around my cell, my soul, has an electric charge in it, and it's stimulating all the cells in my body, ultimately stimulating my DNA, telling it to do something different. What? I don't know. But I think that's so interesting that a skin cell could become a little tadpole just based on a different environment. And to me, I feel like as far as these aggregors go, we just keep feeding it peace, harmony, love, and separation from these dark entities, these soulless beings. They are stuck here. That's another thing. They're not interdimensional. They can just fake interdimensionalness. Interdimensionality, we'll call it. They just fake it. They fake it with their technology. Divine beings, vessels that hold divinity, are actually interdimensional. So it almost seems like we're going somewhere. And they're staying stuck here. That's really what it's been seeming like to me. But I don't know everything. I'm just telling you what I've noticed. You know, I keep trying to figure everything out. I know I'm just not necessarily supposed to know. But I feel like the message I keep getting is like, we're leaving. But the message I know for sure is legit is these evil people that are worshiping this imaginary friend of theirs, that is just nasty. He's been injected with all kinds of characteristics of the lowest of the low. And I want those vessels not in my existence at all. I don't even want to know that. I want them to cease to exist in my realm. So that's the egregore I'm working on. I've kind of been working on it, but I didn't know I was. I didn't know it to this extent. I got educated on that stuff a little bit. That was a really good video if any of you guys are interested in that. It's like aggregors, tulpas, and magic, I think is what it's called. But that lady's like she does it from a researcher's perspective. It's like a research paper. She's got citations, and she sounds like a college professor. I really enjoyed it. But it just dawned on me. That's all this stupid God of this world is a tulpa. So with that, I am going to let y'all go and hopefully come back with something else soon. I love you. Have a beautiful day.